The environmental impact of landfill through the application of contemporary human-produced waste management practices has become an increasingly serious issue in Australia, with the Australian population's growing trend with caffeine. One significant component of waste has increasingly centred on the disposable coffee cup. The environmental damage being done through the dumping of these cups into landfill has remained largely unnoticed. Western landfill has become a window into a community's relationship with the environment and the global society. Current studies indicated that the Australian adult consumed on average 9.2 cups of coffee per week, and while this statistic was decreasing, the use of disposable coffee cups has remained an ongoing popular trend for consumers. Further, this study indicated that an estimated 60,000 kilograms of plastic, inclusive of 90% of disposable cups, ended up in landfill each year. This research project has been broken into 4 main areas of investigation in order to unpack the question and focus discussion around the central inquiry: what is the impact of disposable coffee cups to landfill in Australia? The interrogation has been built around qualitative knowledge and supported statistical information sourced and incorporated through peer-reviewed academic journals, government and environmental study materials and data, mainly through Google Scholar and ProQuest. This project's inquiry was developed using mind mapping of both the general and more specific questions, keywords or phrases, as guided by investigation of the fundamental question. This research has had limitations, and it was important to remember the knowledge is theoretical Latin, and therefore the qualitative nature of the project's discussion limited true objectivity. Equally problematic was the use of emotive phrasing and controversial marketplace bias from commercial information sites with particular political motivation, viewpoint, and sponsorship. The standard coffee cup has been lined with waterproof plastic called polythyrene, making it not only non-recycled but also a contaminant routinely ending up in landfill. As the disposable coffee cup has no way of easily being recycled, there has been social and industry cost problems. Standard recycling mills have not been able to separate the inner plastic coating. Therefore, any move to accommodate such disposal has relied on government policies and recycling plants with capacity to expand to plastic processes. With Australia's dependence on landfill as a method of waste management, the disposable cup has become second only to plastic bottles, with an estimated 12 tonnes or 50,000 cups every 30 minutes returning to landfill. Among the most common concerns found with landfill sites in Australia were those relating to the release of toxins and greenhouse gases. The breakdown of toxins such as leachate, chemical compounds, and pesticides have leached into the soil and groundwater, polluting the land and waterways. Equally problematic was the routine processing of organic material, which removed oxygen prior to its dumping in landfill and caused a slow release of methane gas, identified 25 times more potent or dangerous than carbon dioxide. The question of whether the disposable cup were even recyclable has been debated at length. To combat this challenge, a number of recycling companies have devised alternatives. Simply Cups have created a single cup use made from a combination of plastic and paper. The cup lining could be separated, or the entire cup could be compacted and reprocessed into a form of a tray or a coaster. The Responsible Cafes movement has attempted to curb consumer waste addiction by offering a discount on reusable cups. The Australian Broadcasting Commission has had an impact through social awareness campaign of War on Waste, and the Keep Cup campaign, originating in Melbourne in 2009, has seen reuse rates of 30%. The Australian curriculum has placed emphasis on sustainability as a cross-priority. The project's consideration of environmental waste, landfill, plastic, and its ever-increasing hold on the planet could be used in various subjects as fundamental to understanding the interaction of human life, appreciation of diversity of values and views, and encouraging participation in creating a sustainable future in a grade 2 and above classroom. It is up to us to educate and be aware of the future implications our continuing takeaway coffee consumption is creating, and to make the change to get rid of the disposable coffee cup.